Greetings, blade fans. This old sword is with you with a video that I probably should have done in a couple of segments because I've got a lot of knives on the table here. I pondered the idea of tactical EDC knives. Okay, so most all of us carry a folder at least, maybe more, maybe a fixed blade, maybe 3, 4, 5 blades every day. And we call them our EDCs, or everyday carries. I thought that I would try to define some knives that are both EDC friendly for everyday tasks, cutting chores, as well as tactically oriented, a knife you could use to protect yourself, let's put it plainly, in the event you needed to. And I felt these 7 qualified, but certainly many more qualify as well. And there's going to be knives you're missing that you'd like to have included in this too. Me too. I've got other blades that never made the table here. Not because they're any lesser, but just because I'm limited on my time and my space here. So if this goes over well, we'll do another one with another 6 or 7 knives and keep on going until we've exhausted all possible EDC tactical knives. Okay, so they're here on the table. I get a complaint every now and then that the intro's too long, I'm talking, and we don't get to fondle the knives soon enough. So I'm just going to grab one. Here's the Bestek Operator. Kind of an underplayed knife. When it first came out, it sort of created a splash. It's a full-size knife, about a 3.5-inch blade, very tall. Could have made my tall knives, wide knives video. It's a Wharncliffe for sure, with a very sharp edge. And what did they do? This is a D2 steel. Bestek and Tucson been coming out with a lot of D2 knives these past few months, late 2021 and early 2022. But I do find that this knife qualifies as both an EDC and a tactical knife. You can see that this functions very much like a Yojimbo or other some such Wharncliffe, and yet just a little bit different, a little heftier, a little stockier, and nice jimping there for using with your cuts. Got a swale to go forward if you want to roll your thumb over the top there. You can square it up. You can use it in a point down position if you wish. Just a good all-around knife, and comes in the budget category of I think around $60 or so. It'll be a chore, but I'll put all the links up and see where we can find these for sale today so that you can buy them if you're interested, and I believe they're all still available. That is the Bestek Operator. Let's put it aside and move on to, I was going to save this for last because it's probably my favorite in the category. This is the Showdown by Bestek, also a design by Todd Knife and Tool, S35VN, titanium and carbon fiber in this version. There are solid titanium all blacked out, solid titanium all natural varieties of this. The blade, there's only one variety, and I love it because they gave a large, useful finger choil and a spear point blade with a long fuller. And this guy can be opened with a flipper tab. It can be opened with the opening hole, and it can even be spidey flicked. Yes. This one comes in a beautiful carbon fiber, a little prettier than the plain. If you like an all blacked out version, those are available too. And these are kind of a signature mark of Todd Knife and Tool Company. They're on the Roxy 4, and they're on the Malware and a number of other of their designs. Nice muted flipper tab, but works well. They know how to do a flipper tab because they set it ahead of the pivot. which is the best place to get the best leverage. So many ways to hold this knife, and useful belly with a very high grind and a strong piercing point. And that's what makes this guy qualify as a tactical EDC, in my humble opinion. So, the Williamson Chibs, he came up with a real winner here, Mikkel Williamson. This is the liner lock version of a frame lock that came out ahead of it about a year or more ago, maybe a couple years ago on the frame lock. This came out 2021 and comes in many different variegated G10 handle colors. Flipper, and it fires with authority. Easily reverse flicked or thumb flicked. Just has a great action on it. Deep carry clip. There's also a clip that comes with it, two clips. One says Chibs and one like this does not. Nice lanyard provision. Comfortable neutral grip. Jimping right where you need it, and you can still extend out further. And this guard area here from the flipper tab holds you in place really, really well. And again, a piercing blade with a swedge on top, but with a nice gradual belly for cutting chores. Really, really nice blade. The Williamson Chibs. And for about 60-70 bucks you can get into this. This one, initial one was D2. This one is 14C, Sandvik. And a little heavily branded, but if you can get over that, it is a beautiful blade. Comes through very sharp with a high grind. I would definitely check this one out if you're looking for a good budget, and I'm saying $75 range, $70 range, maybe a little less. I believe you can get these still out at White Mountain Knives. Let's rearrange a little bit so you can see them all and go to the big guy in the block. So this is the largest of the group, and this is an almost 4-inch SOG Seal XR. It's got their new XR lock that came out, I believe, in 2020. These have been out for a while. Came out along with the Pentagon and the TAC XR. Steel pommel. Look at that. Definitely useful, whether for EDC or tactical purposes. And this is about as heavily jimped a knife as you'll ever find. All the way through the finger grooves, all the way along the back, and these are steel liners that are jimped. A steel backspacer that is jimped that flows into the pommel, the steel pommel. This is not G10, but this is a molded FRN or GRN, I believe, material glass filled. And it's very strong. I believe they've run over this thing with vehicles and not broken it. Not suggesting you try that. This one is in S35VN. And as you can see, heavily branded Studies and Observation Group for SOG. Fell out of focus there. Clip point blade, and made entirely in the US on this one. If you're looking for USA made EDC knives, this is a great tactical EDC. Look at the jimping on the back of the blade. You're not going to lose this guy, and it works great with gloves as well. The finger grooves do not get in the way. They do not obstruct. They do not interfere. They're large enough so your fingers fall nicely. If you've got a smaller hand, you may be more up around here. Lots of ways to hold it, and a thick, robust, useful blade. Again, piercing or cutting tasks. Designed with the military and law enforcement in mind. Easily closed and open with the XR lock, pull back if you wish, open with the thumb hole if you wish, open with that very large flipper tab that turns into a very secure guard. A little rough on the hand if you got tender hands or not wearing gloves, but you may need that amount of grip. I'm going to put that aside and keep moving on because we're going to have a half-hour video if I don't. Very popular, lightweight, usable knife is the K320 by Sig Sauer. It was designed to go along with the P320 Sig pistol. This comes in a lot of varieties now, a lot of different handle colors, a lot of different blade shapes. This one is the Tonto, but it also comes in a drop point, and it comes in automatic as well as the manual able lock. This one is in S30V steel. Muted branding. Here's the thing about this one. One of the most useful clips ever designed. Deep carry, but with these scallops. These, forget what they call them, but it definitely gives you grip. You can have a deep carry clip and still pull it out. By the way, made in the USA, I believe in Colorado, by the Hogue Company. And you can open this with the able lock, or you can roll it out. Very smooth. The other thing about the clip, 4 potential positions with brass inserts. Very secure, not going into the plastic. And this is like an FRN, GRN. Theirs is very tough glass-filled nylon. And again, they torture test these, and they hold up pretty well. Completely enclosed back, so you don't get much dirt in there. Built-in jimping in the frame. You can finger flick it if you wish. Got 2 places for the thumb, back here or up here. And again, if you don't like the Tonto blade for EDC, you can get the drop point blade. Pretty much the same knife, same dimensions, big lanyard hole, and it is lightweight, much lighter than the rest of what we've seen here so far today. That is the Hogue K320, highly recommended. And forget what these are coming in at, but 125, 150, I'm not sure. But as I say, we'll put the links up so you can check them out. How about the TAC EDC from Concept? Also designed by Williamson. It is a button lock, and it's the smallest of the crowd here that we're calling Tactical EDC. And in fact, it is in its name, TAC EDC. It is a S35VN blade, I believe. Let's see. Come on. Yes, S35VN blade, very tiny. It can be opened with an extremely muted flipper tab, very easily, however. It can be opened with the thumb studs. It can be opened by disengaging the button lock. Titanium frame, and this one has really nice carbon fiber on both sides. Titanium clip. It's a class act. It's a little smaller, but it is again designed to be tactical. It is designed to be an EDC. The TAC EDC by Concept, Williamson design. Finally, one of my faves, and this company is a favorite one, Bastanelli Creations. Tactical art, he calls them. This is the Shadow Flipper. LMAX blade. In his very characteristic blade design, but this has a rounded drop to it rather than a straight clip like on his Dragotech series. Beautiful carbon fiber on one side and titanium on the other. This is not a cheap knife. This is coming in around 350-ish, 325, and comes through with a high grind, very sharp, and a nice stonewash finish on that. Very comfortable in the hand. His grips on Bastian Cove's designs are amongst the best out there in terms of comfort in any grip. And we know that Bastian designs some very tactical knives with that primarily in mind, but you can see we've got a lot of EDC usefulness here with a point on line and a very shallow gradual belly in that blade. About 3 3/4 inch on that. Good sized knife. Not as large as the big Dragotac, but still a large knife. Let's bring them out again. Here we have the Showdown by Bestek. TAC EDC by Concept. K320 by Hogue. Bestek Operator. I'm going to stick it up top there, see if it'll fit. And the Chibs by Williamson. SOG or SOG XR by SOG, of course. And there you have them. Ran a little long, but still squeezed this one in under 20 minutes. Let me know what you think, and if you have a favorite tactical EDC, let me know what it is, and maybe we can get it up on the next round. Take care, be well, don't forget to like the vid and subscribe. Be back soon.